Hi, welcome back. Thanks for joining me here. Today I'm taking a look at my shifter and shift linkage for the Porsche 911. I don't want you to think that this car was a beater or somehow broken down, because it actually did run and drive and shift just fine, but 148 or 3,000 miles, it takes its toll. Things wear out. This thing was not abused, but I could tell the shifter was just a little sloppier than probably it's supposed to be when original. So I took the shifter out, and the first item of wear is right down here. This little cup here sits in a, well, it sits at this little, I guess, bushing, sits in a cup on the shift rod in the floor. And this little bushing here, you can see that, that's sloppy. So I got a new one of those coming in. Just want to tighten up the shifting. The second point of wear is this coupling here. This is this connects the shift rod to the transmission at the back of the car, and you can see that kind of movement we've got there. So there's actually a kit that you can replace all these bushings, and these bushings in here are only about, I don't know, less than $10. You need a pair of them. And I understand you have to press this pin out and then push new bushings in and then press the pin back together. So yeah, for 10 to 20 bucks total, you can replace all the bushings in the shift linkage. But I decided to go a different route, and you can imagine, you're not going to get precise shifts out of this. This is not the worst I've seen. I've seen them completely broken if you do research. But who's gonna drive it until it breaks? When it starts shifting funny, you want to get after it. So you can see you're not going to get precise shifts there. So I picked this up. This little beauty here does not have bushings. This is basically a U-joint. Let's see if I can open this up. You can see a precision machined U-joint. This was quite a bit more expensive than $20, but the upshot is I think I'm going to get a maintenance-free, hassle-free, and hopefully lifetime of positive shifts out of this thing. Lifetime. I say lifetime. The car's 40 years old, so it's not going to get a ton of use moving forward. Not like it did when it was new. So this, and then of course one final bushing is this one. This supports the shift rod in the transmission tunnel. I'll show you what that all looks like. So the coupler lives back here. There's an access plate you pull out after you pull out the carpet, and you can see the shift rod, and then there's the transmission rod. The coupler will go in there. That's just behind the seats. And then of course the shifter itself sits down over those bolts, and that cup there receives the bushing. There's the various pieces I removed to get the carpet up. So probably going to be doing that today. I'm looking forward to feeling how the shifter feels after that. I've also got some tune-up parts, fuel filter, oxygen sensor, ignition rotor, some new spark plugs, and just because I saw it and it seemed like a good idea, a new oil pressure sensor, just make sure it stays accurate. A couple of little rubber boots for the door jamb light switches. I didn't even know these existed, and I just stumbled on them. They were like $1 or $2 each. One of them was missing in my car, so put new ones on there. What the heck? And then here's some brand new heater pipe for the hot air that blows through the engine fan, and that'll dress up the engine and make it look good again. So that's what's going on today. All these parts, you just assume Porsche is going to be expensive, but what I've discovered is these maintenance parts are really, mechanic friendly, do-it-yourselfer. I mean, the filter there, I think I was less than $20. Spark plugs were a couple of bucks each. This guy was $40, but that's not unreasonable. These, heater pipes here were like $8 and $10 each. Totally reasonable. This little guy here, he broke the bank. I'll be honest with you. That was kind of a tough pill to swallow, but I think the benefit's going to be worthwhile long term. that was a $200 coupler. So that is, you know, considerably more than the $20 worth of bushings to rebuild, but I think it'll pay dividends in shift feel overall. So anyway, Porsche maintenance parts, not terrible. Porsche maintenance, not terrible. Getting to the things under the hood, that's kind of rough. You got to be a contortionist. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned.